Zimbabwe, located in the center of southern Africa, is home to the Sappi Safari Area in one of the largest conservation areas in Africa. Along the Zambezi River and in the bush, you'll see sights you'll never forget. It's home to a lush variety of animals you'd expect for Africa, but most importantly, it includes our prey, the Dugaboy, elusive, cunning, and aggressive, all on today's Peterson's Hunting Adventure Television. Hi, welcome to Peterson's Hunting Adventures. So glad you could be with us. I'm Tom Gresham.
And I'm Craig Boddington.
Today we're going to be taking you on a hunt of a lifetime, all the way to Zimbabwe in southern Africa, where Craig and Wayne Holt from Hornady will hunt what many consider to be the most dangerous game animal, the Cape buffalo. Hey Craig, how about giving us some info about this hunt?
Well, I'd love to, Tom. We'll be hunting in northern Zimbabwe in the legendary Zambezi Valley in a safari concession known as Sappi. It's home to elephant, lion, leopard, and of course Cape buffalo. Sappi's typical Zambezi Valley terrain of mixed miombo forest, some grassland, and plenty of the dreaded gess, which is a brushy hardwood that grows in near impenetrable tangles. You need a heavy big bore rifle for thick skin and heavy bone buffalo, and also to follow dangerous game in this thick cover. Wayne's using a Ruger Model 77 in 458 lot. That's a proven stopper that was designed by my old friend and colleague, the late Jack Lott. It's wonderful to see old Jack's cartridge in use.
You bet. I tell you, it sounds like a really exciting hunt. I can't wait. Let's take a look.
Let's go.
And to reach our destination at the Sappi Safari Area, it's best to go by air. This flight will take Craig and Wayne right over their hunt area, which, even from the air, looks big. But from here you can see the great cliffs overhanging the Zambezi River and floodplains. Mana Pools is home to a remarkable concentration of wild animals, including leopards, cheetahs, baboons, and quite a number of Nile crocodiles. Craig and Paul Smith of Chifuti Safaris have hunted together many times.
How are you? It's good to see you.
Nice to meet you.
Come up under the, nice that you find the air.
Yeah.
Good. Well, let's have a look around and I'll show you what the camp's made up of.
Thank you.
Those are all lion kills, Craig.
Really?
Yeah,
Even the turtle?
even the turtle. Oh, do you see all this hyena?
Oh yeah. No wonder they can crack bones like
Amazing, eh?
sticks.
After their tour of the camp, Wayne and Craig head out to zero in their rifles. Wayne will be shooting a Ruger Model 77 Magnum in 458 lot on this Cape buffalo hunt.
To the right a bit.
Yeah. Both at the top, and one's to the left and one to the
Wayne
right.
gets comfortable shooting this rifle from the sticks.
I think so. It went into one of your...
Just right up, a little bit toward the right at the top.
That's the big boy. Yeah.
Yeah, last one.
Perfect.
Okay.
100%.
No, there it is.
Yeah, that's what you couldn't see from that thing.
Yeah, you couldn't see it.
You're always 11, eh?
Well, that's, now what is this distance, 80 yards?
50. That's what Andrew
Only
measured
50,
last time.
okay. So it still needs to come down.
Yeah.
The barrel had been cleaned, and so that first shot may or may not mean anything. It may be just high. Well, that'll be fine for the solids. Well, Wayne, you're shooting the Ruger Model 77 Magnum in 458 lot, huh?
Yes. Collaboration cartridge between Hornady and Ruger. Well, Hornady's glad to make this cartridge, Craig, and it's been a commercial success for us as well. And of course, it's always good for us to have a collaboration with Ruger. We've done many things, but this one is our effort with them at African Big Game cartridge, of course.
Well, I think it's really special that Jack would have been really pleased. I had a 458 lot years ago. I took one to Africa clear back in 1983 when it was brand new.
Wildcat version.
Well, it was totally a Wildcat. I think you'll find it'll work just fine on both ends.
Yeah, I think you're right.
The hunt begins on Peterson's hunting adventures after this. The team hits the trail before sunrise on morning one, looking for tracks and fresh spoor.
They're in very thick chests. We can't see them, so we're going to try and get up this river. There she goes. There, you see her there? She's grazing. She's walking away from us. You see her? Yeah. Big cow. Okay, so what our plan is, we're going to keep down on of them until we find a clearing and we can look at them. Okay? Let's go. Mona Rigi Ripabera. Hakuna Gombe. There's another one coming out. Cow. You see that cow? Another one coming there. It's another cow. You see the calf behind it? They're moving up that way. We've just got to try and find somewhere in a clearing down here. It's quite exposed here. There's another one just gone past. There's two cows just here, about 60 yards, but they've both got little calves. If you come close, if you come towards me, you'll see them come. Between the trees, see the trees here? You see it? I see it. That's the real back of the herd because they've got the young calves. The rest of the herd is to our left here and moving that way. Now the trick is to try and get to the front of the herd without these buffalo smelling us because the wind. Because if we go too far forward, the wind will come to them at the back. Yeah. The whole trick with this hunting a herd is just patience. You just got to work them until you find a place where you can look at them. Okay. And you can see how thick it is where we've been walking. Man, it is. It's buffalo hunting in its purest sense. Yeah, but try and get some footage. Just up a bit. Just be ready to dive on that side if he comes at us.
While the hunters watch the buffalo, one animal notices the hunters, putting them in a very dangerous position.
be awesome.
Well, we're with professional hunter Paul Smith here at Fly Camp on the banks of the Chouari River. The Chouari is a famous tributary to the Zambezi, and Paul, you reckon there's more buffalo up this way?
Craig, we've had an extremely dry season this year in this part of the country, and the buffalo have moved up and are concentrated along the springs in the Chouari River where there are springs in the river. And we also had sporadic rainfall, and a lot of the pans in the south of the area seem to have a lot more water than in the north of the area. And by moving to the Fly Camp, we're hoping that we will be in buffalo hopefully every day in the next week.
Well, what's the plan for this afternoon then?
I think we will rest up for a while, and probably about 3 o'clock when it cools down a bit, we'll get on the road and go and have a look at these watering holes, because a lot of the buffalo come in the late afternoon and the evening. So if we're lucky, we might bump some Duggar boys or the herd going in for water. That's from this morning, I think.
Come here, look at the size of this foot.
When driving down the river, there's been a number of Duggar boys that are crossing from the Chouari into Sapi and backwards and forwards. And this, we stopped here to look at this track because it's a particular big track. I mean, if you take your cartridge and we put it in here, look at the size of that track in comparison to your bullet.
That's a big bull.
It's a big bull. Unfortunately, he crossed here this morning. If we had been here this morning, we would have been on him, but he's also crossed into the next door concession. But hopefully he's going to come back further up the river as we drive up.
It's becoming apparent to Wayne that tracking this animal is not an easy task. But the trackers are on the move. These trackers have proven their ability countless times, spotting clues with ease. But this track has led them only to the end of the day. It simply has gotten too dark to continue, and Wayne will have to wait yet another day for his chance at the Duggar boy. Peterson's hunting adventures will continue after this.
Okay, Wayne, we found this buffalo dung here on the road. We'd been told yesterday there was a big herd of buffalo operating in this area, and our plan was this morning to come up and see if we could cross these tracks, and that we have. So we're going to head off after these tracks. They're going into the wind, which is great for us, basically where the sun's coming up there. And they shouldn't be too far off because the dung's very warm. Hopefully we can have a good look at this herd.
Size of that tusker snake. Come on, slowly. See, when we got here, we thought that most of the herd was on the other side of the house, but there was a few stragglers behind this ridge.
the car came around the corner. She stopped. That's why we froze. And then I laid down because she started walking towards us. I thought, well, she's going to walk across.
Yeah.
But she didn't. She came straight to us.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Fresh done. That is a horse.
That is a pig of a buck. Oh, wow, that is a beautiful buck.
Wasn't that worth the work?
Very good.
Yes. Well done. And how's that stalk on the Dagger boys, eh? Through the
And
chest,
what a beautiful job of tracking.
Yeah.
Yeah, a beautiful job of tracking.
That was worth the wait.
Oh, that was worth the wait.
Did you get any footage? No. Be a good one.
No, I was too busy watching the fun.
The contact.
Yeah.
Show was on, no?
I'm glad my reloads worked. That's him, he's dead. Well, look at that buffalo, eh? What a great trophy, eh? Look how heavy those bosses are and look how thick the horn is at the end.
Yeah.
What a fine specimen.
Thank you
Well
so
done,
much.
eh? 7 days of really hard work and look at that fine reward.
He's great.
Don't get much better than that. And
Oh,
to
he's
shoot the
great.
buffalo at such close quarters with adrenaline pumping, eh?
He's great.
That's
Thanks,
what
Bob.
true buffalo hunting is all about.
Well, for no particular reason, this was one of the harder buffalo hunts I've been on. You guys really stuck it out. 7 days of tough sledding. And, I don't know how many bulls we passed up. Do you?
I lost count.
Well, we never saw one like this until today. Great job, Paul.
Yeah, it's probably one of the better buffaloes we've seen this season to date, and as good as anything, of the best that we took last year when Craig was here. As Craig said, 7 days of hard slogging. I mean, we've had days where we walked from 6 until 6. We've been in the thick Texarkantha Jess today, but the highlight of a buffalo hunt to me is finding a good old Dagger boy like this, because you've got to have a lot of stealth, a good job with track, and yeah, it was a great effort to be able to get up on them. We picked up their tracks. They had gone down to the Zambezi River last night to drink, and I think they crossed the road in the early hours of this morning, so we were probably a good 10 hours behind them. And I mean, we started off at about 10 o'clock, and in an hour and a half we got them, and we caught up to them, and the one broke cover. They obviously heard us and got our wind, and fortunately this big boy came up the riverbed and gave you a chance at him.
Super bosses. He's completely mature. Got a good curl and nice and wide. I mean, this is they often say that Zimbabwe buffalo aren't as big as some other parts of Africa, but a bull like this will make him a liar every time. This is a wonderful buffalo for anywhere in Africa.
Yeah, don't get better than this. This is, I mean, he's probably 10 years old, maybe going 10 and a half. So he's left the herd, and yeah, a prime Dagger boy.
Beautiful bull.
Well, Paul, I want to thank you and Shafudi Safaris. You guys did a great job.
Now, Craig, that was a really exciting hunt, but my question for you is, was that buffalo as big as it looked?
Oh, yes. It's a big buffalo. Yeah, it's the biggest they've ever taken in that area, one of the biggest in the whole country, and just truly the buffalo of a lifetime. But now, Wayne Holt earned that buffalo.
You bet, and you also had some interesting kind of close encounters there.
Well, it did. We stuck with it. He didn't really have a lot of opportunity, but we just stuck with it, and it paid off. And folks, if you hunt hard like that, sometimes it's going to happen to you that way. It'll pay off. Thanks for joining us, and have a great day.
Dear Anna. Asapoa salatu, babarana. Kalafi, irana netashi. Asapoa salatu.